Hi, this is Ramon from DonDivi, and I'm going to show you how you can easily recreate our Red Mega Menu layout. I've created a new header template from Theme Builder, which includes this DiviMenus Flex module. It has just two menu items, mail and hamburger. Here they are. And it also includes this logo as an image. Let me show you from here, logo. I've enabled the responsive settings from Divi, desktop, tablet, and phone in order to choose three different images for each device. Here it is. Now let's go to talk about the two different menu items, mail and hamburger. The mail icon will open a contact form as a pop-up, and the hamburger icon will reveal an entire section below. So let's go first with the mail menu item. Here it is, the title will be mail, the content will be an icon, and from here just choose any icon, it's up to you. Okay, this is the mail icon, of course. Then from link, just choose pop-up as the link type, and of course, any layout from your Divi library to be open as a pop-up. In this case, I've chosen the my pop-up contact form layout. Okay. Finally, from Design tab, just play around with the pop-up settings. I mean the enter and exit effect. And from pop-up, choose any location for your pop-up. And in case you want, you can override your layout settings. I mean the width or height. Of course, just choose any overlay color to your liking. Finally, let's go to check the hamburger icon. The title will be hamburger. The content, of course, is also an icon, but in this case, I want two different icons, one for desktop and one for hover. Just enable the hover options from Divi. For desktop, I want the hamburger icon, and for hover, I want the close icon. Here it is. But I want them to change not on hover, but on click. Okay. Finally, from link, just choose the show link type. Okay, now it's time to choose a CSS ID. I mean, we need to add here a mega menu, any Divi layout, to be revealed when clicking on this hamburger icon. So let's go to Save Changes. And now it's time to design here any section. So in this case, in order to avoid starting from scratch, I'm going to paste a section from my from my clipboard. Okay, just I'm going to paste this section, and that's it. This section is of course a red background color. It also has a box arrow. Here it is, in order to better differentiate from the page content. It has inside this row with three columns, and all of them are just Divi modules. For example, this is a text module. This one is a blurb settings. You can play around with these settings. I mean, this is the text for desktop, but I remove it for tablet and phone. It's up to you to play around with them. This is a button module. Here it is. And finally, this is a social media module. Okay, let me limit the height for tablet and phone for the section. So let's go to sizing, height, enable the responsive settings, and for tablet, let's say that we want 60 of the viewport height, Same for phone. Let's go to enter 60. But I want users to be able to scroll the content inside the section. So in order to achieve this, let's go to Advanced tab, visibility, vertical overflow, and set auto. And now automatically the content will be scrolled inside the section. Now I'm going to enable the desktop preview. Perfect. And also from Advanced tab, let's go to CSS ID because we need to name it with to enter any name for this specific section. I'm going to name it, for example, as Red Mega Menu, and now I'm going to copy the CSS ID to my clipboard. Just save changes. And now, from my DiviMenus Flex module, I'm going to enter again into the hamburger icon, link type show, of course. And now it's time to paste here the red mega menu, I mean the CSS ID. And as you can see, the fade out effect is applied. It indicates that we are working properly because we want this section to be hidden on page load. Now let's talk about the settings, the toggle visibility, because we want the hamburger icon to work as a toggle on click. We probably want the hide on page click in order to hide the entire section, not only when clicking on this menu item, but on page click also. And of course, finally, the initial state will be hidden, not visible, will be hidden. Perfect. Okay, finally, also from Design tab, just play around with the enter and exit effect. For example, we can choose a slide down as enter effect and slide up for exit. The duration, we can reduce it to 300. You can play around with it, okay? And that's it. Okay, now finally, I also want my header to be fixed on the page. I mean, I want users to scroll down along the page content, but I want the header to be fixed on top. So let's go to do it. Okay, advanced position and fixed. Perfect. This is the location. Perfect. Now I'm going to increase the zeta index, for example, to 1. And now to the second section, I mean the red one, you can double click on it, or from the wireframe, you can select it. Let me enable the desktop preview. Again, advanced, position, and also fixed. Okay, we need to make both fixed. In this case, the zeta index will be 0 because we want it behind the first section, and that's it. Okay. Finally, as you can see here, the first section is overlapping the second one, so we need to increase the vertical offset for the second section. As you can see, play around with the vertical offset. In this case, I'm going to make something for you. Let's go again to the first section. Let's go to enter a specific height for this section. For example, let's say 70 pixels. Okay, of course, you can increase it or decrease it. It depends of the logo size, etc. But let's say 70 pixels. Okay, so now we are going to enter also 70 pixels here as vertical offset. Okay, let's go to type it, and that's it. It's perfect. Okay, it's the same distance from the top of the page. And that's it. Just save changes, and finally it's time to check the final result in our website. And that's it. This is our fixed header, which reveals an entire section when clicking on the hamburger icon. You can close it also on page click, and it also triggers a contact form as a pop-up. So that's it. Hope you like it and happy building.